Hello, WWE wrestling fans. Welcome to the final episode of In the Ring with me, WWE Fan Alex Cardinale. Welcome to the final episode of 2022. Can you believe 2022 is quickly coming to an end? That's right, this weekend, 2023 will be here. Well, 2022 was a very eventful year for the WWE. A lot of great things went down in 2022 for the WWE. A lot of shocking things went down in 2022 for the WWE. And a couple of surprising things went down in 2022 for the WWE. Tonight, here on In the Ring, I am going to break down all of the moments and the returns that happened in 2022. I'm going to talk about the most shocking returns and the most shocking moments and more. 2022 saw the return of Ronda Rousey. It saw the return of Cody Rhodes and the debut of the American Nightmare persona in the WWE. It also saw the retirement of Triple H, which was a shock, but not as big as a shock as the retirement of the creator of the WWE, Vincent Kennedy McMahon. And we saw some great returns in 2022, such as the return of Bray Wyatt, Ronda Rousey, Karrion Kross, Braun Strowman, Johnny Gargano, and so many other amazing returns. This is going to be a really fun show. Now, if you missed last night's episode, last night was part one of this episode, and last night I recapped every single premium event from 2022. Check out last night's episode by going to the In the Ring with WWE Fan Alex Cardinale playlist on my YouTube channel, Legendary Alex Cardinale, and you can watch last night's video. All right, WWE fans, what was your favorite return of 2022? What was your favorite match of 2022? And what was your most shocking moment from 2022? Post your answers in the comments. I want to hear your favorite return, your favorite match, and more. Be a part of the show by posting them in the comments. This is going to be a really fun show. All right, let's go ahead and get this show started. And we're going to start by discussing the most shocking moments of 2022. So let's get started by discussing the most shocking moments of 2022. Up first, we've got from WWE Day One, an all-new premium event, an all-new pay-per-view. Roman Reigns was diagnosed with COVID, and Roman Reigns had to miss WWE Day One. So instead of a Universal Championship main event at Day One between Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar, what we got instead was a fatal five-way for the WWE Championship. It was Big E defending against Seth Rollins, against Kevin Owens, Bobby Lashley, and Lesnar. So the first most shocking moment of 2022 was winning WWE Championship at Day One. Why is this the most shocking? Well, it was not supposed to happen. Brock Lesnar was supposed to defeat Roman Reigns for the Universal Championship at Day One. But because Roman Reigns got diagnosed with COVID, he had to miss Day One. So what WWE did was they added Brock Lesnar to the Fatal Five-Way match at Day One, and Brock Lesnar won, becoming the WWE champion. It was a nice curveball thrown by the WWE, a great way to start the year and a great way to start WrestleMania 38 season. Unfortunately, there is no day one for 2023. Although I particularly would love to see day one return for 2023 because COVID is almost gone. We don't see that many cases of COVID anymore. I think day one 2023 would be great and probably a much better main event than what we saw last year. But a really good, shocking moment to start the year was Brock Lesnar being inserted into a match he was not originally supposed to be in and winning the WWE Championship. So we fast forward a couple of weeks and we get to our next couple of shocking moments. And now we look ahead to Royal Rumble 2022. And one of the best things about the Royal Rumble is you're always in awe about who's going to return in the women's and men's Royal Rumble match. And I remember this year, I was practically excited because I was looking forward to seeing one woman return, one dominating female superstar return to the WWE. We haven't seen her since she lost her championship in 2019. And she returned at this year's Royal Rumble. I am, of course, talking about Rowdy Ronda Rousey, the baddest bitch on the planet. She returned at the Royal Rumble 2022 event, and she won the Women's Royal Rumble match. It was also her very first Royal Rumble match she ever competed in, and she won her very first Royal Rumble match, which is pretty cool, if you ask me. Anyway, Ronda Rousey won the Royal Rumble by last eliminating Charlotte Flair. And Ronda Rousey would challenge Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania 38, but for whatever reason, the WWE wanted Ronda to lose at WrestleMania to Charlotte. But eventually, Ronda Rousey would beat Charlotte Flair and become the first time in her career the SmackDown Women's Champion at WrestleMania Backlash. So Ronda Rousey is now a Raw and SmackDown Women's Champion. Our moment again comes from the Royal Rumble. This time it's when Roman Reigns screwed Brock Lesnar out of the WWE Championship. Paul Heyman turned on Brock Lesnar at the 2022 Royal Rumble. Roman Reigns hit Brock Lesnar with the WWE Championship, and it allowed Bobby Lashley to defeat Brock Lesnar, and it allowed Bobby Lashley to leave Royal Rumble as the new WWE Champion. This further cemented the WrestleMania plans for the WrestleMania 38 main event between Reigns and Lesnar for WrestleMania 38 in Dallas, Texas. So it kind of was suspected that Reigns would get involved at the Royal Rumble, but you know, it was pretty cool to see. I really enjoyed seeing that. Now, another predictable thing that happened at the Royal Rumble 2022 was this moment, and this is another shocking moment for the WWE in 2022. Brock Lesnar winning his second career Royal Rumble match. After Brock Lesnar lost the WWE Championship, he was irate. He came out, stormed down as the number 30 entrant, entered the Royal Rumble match, and won the Royal Rumble, thus earning a championship match at the main event of WrestleMania 38 in Dallas, Texas. Pretty cool that Lesnar won that match, and it's pretty cool to see Brock Lesnar winning a Royal Rumble. All right. Another shocking moment done by Brock Lesnar this year was Brock Lesnar competing in his first Elimination Chamber match. And that took place at Elimination Chamber 2022 in Saudi Arabia. Brock Lesnar won the WWE Championship inside the Elimination Chamber, and he became the new WWE Champion. This set up the WrestleMania 38 main event between Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar. It was winner take all, and winner would leave WrestleMania 38 as a double champion. They would leave WrestleMania 38 as the Universal and WWE champion. So that was pretty cool. All right. The next shocking moment comes from WrestleMania 38 itself. The return of Cody Rhodes to the WWE. It had been 6 years since Cody Rhodes was in the WWE, and he returned to the WWE at the 2022 edition of WrestleMania. And it was great to see Cody Rhodes back in the WWE. He came back with his American Nightmare persona that he had at AEW and some other wrestling promotions. But it's great to see the American Nightmare persona on the grandest stage of them all and the biggest pro wrestling company of them all, WWE. I'm a big fan of Cody Rhodes, and I can't wait to see what 2023 has in store for the American Nightmare. I think Cody Rhodes has a great year ahead of him. He could possibly end the year, this coming year, 2023, as a champion, which will be pretty cool if you ask me. And I have a lot of respect and admiration for Cody Rhodes because he was able to wrestle through an injury at Hell in a Cell. He tore his pec, and that must have been a really painful injury. And he got my respect for continuing to wrestle through that injury. So the next shocking WrestleMania moment from this year is the return of the Texas Rattlesnake, Stone Cold Steve Austin. Stone Cold Steve Austin not only returned to WrestleMania 38 to be a guest on the Kevin Owens show, but Stone Cold also returned to in-ring action at WrestleMania 38 for the first time in over 19 years. The last match Stone Cold Steve Austin had at WrestleMania was at WrestleMania 19 against The Rock, and he was defeated by The Rock. But this year at WrestleMania 38, Stone Cold Steve Austin opened up a can of whoop ass on Kevin Owens and got a much-needed victory back. It was Stone Cold Steve Austin in the ring once again. And the main event of this year's WrestleMania saw Roman Reigns taking on Brock Lesnar, and the winner left WrestleMania as the undisputed champion. And at the end of WrestleMania 38, Roman Reigns defeated Brock Lesnar to become the WWE Undisputed Universal Champion, as Roman Reigns will finish 2022 with the WWE Championship and the Universal Championship. A pretty cool moment, if you ask me. And Roman Reigns is one of the longest running champions in modern history. Roman Reigns has already surpassed CM Punk's record title reign. So it's pretty cool that WWE is giving Roman Reigns a lot of championship reigns and a long championship reign at that. But hopefully he'll lose his championship soon. So that was a pretty cool WrestleMania moment. There was one shocking moment I forgot to mention that I wanted to include on the show, so I'll make sure to mention that right now. And that was the return of Lita. Lita and Becky Lynch had an incredible match at Elimination Chamber this past year. This past February, Lita and Becky Lynch had a great Raw Women's Championship match at Elimination Chamber in Saudi Arabia. That was a great match. That fish guy is in the house, and that fish guy says, "How was your day?" My day was great. Thank you so much for asking, and thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the show. Thank you, that fish guy. And my friend Kelly Love is in the house. Hey, Kelly Love, how are you? Thank you so much for stopping by and watching the video. I hope you enjoy my awesome video. I hope you're having a great last Thursday. Today is the last Thursday of 2022. All right, let's get right back into our discussion and let's talk about some more shocking moments that happened in 2022. Undertaker got inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame. I never thought I would see the day where The Undertaker would be inducted into the Hall of Fame. I thought it would be a little while from now. But this year, The Undertaker was inducted in the Hall of Fame, and rightfully so. He is definitely a great candidate to be in the Hall of Fame. He is the greatest wrestler of all time, in my opinion. A 30-plus year career. And he has defeated many Hall of Famers, from Jake the Snake Roberts to Hulk Hogan to Nature Boy Ric Flair to Stone Cold Steve Austin, Shawn Michaels, Triple H, Randy Orton, Batista, and Brock Lesnar. The Undertaker has defeated them all. So The Undertaker deserves his spot in the Hall of Fame. And let's not forget to mention The Undertaker had an undefeated streak at WrestleMania for more than 20 years. That alone puts him in the Hall of Fame. So I was incredibly happy to see The Undertaker get inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame this year. Now, will The Undertaker ever have a match again? I don't know. He did end his Hall of Fame speech with never say never. But I don't think he'll gladly enter the ring if he has to. I mean, he'll have one more match if he wants to, but I think it's his choice if he ever enters the ring again. And as a wrestling fan, I would welcome Undertaker to have one more match because he probably does not want to end his career on a storytelling cinematic match with AJ Styles at WrestleMania in front of no fans, zero audience. I mean, if I was Undertaker, I would want to finish my career in a packed WrestleMania house. So it's totally up to him. But I was really happy to see Undertaker inducted in the Hall of Fame this year. He definitely deserved it. Now, speaking of retirements this year, there is one retirement that everyone was surprised about, and there was one retirement that everyone was very shocked about, and that's the retirement we're going to talk about last. But this retirement came unexpectedly. I did not expect to hear this. I thought he had a few more matches in him. But earlier this year, Triple H announced his in-ring retirement. He said he would no longer have a match. And earlier in 2022, Triple H also announced that he had suffered a serious heart condition and a serious heart attack. Thus, he could no longer compete inside the WWE ring. I was devastated by that announcement because I grew up watching Triple H, and Triple H was one of my all-time favorite superstars. So it was kind of sad to see Triple H retire like that. He didn't get to have a last match like Undertaker did or his buddy Shawn Michaels did, but he did have a stellar career. Triple H won multiple WWE and World Championships. He was a tag team champion. He created some legendary tag team stables like D-Generation X and Evolution. He got to work with some great talent and Shawn Michaels, Ric Flair, Randy Orton, Batista, Stone Cold, The Undertaker, Sheamus, and so many others. So I guess Triple H did have a great career. He probably doesn't have any regrets. But as a WWE fan, it would have been cool to see him have one final match. But I'm just glad that Triple H is A-OK. He's alive, and that heart condition did not take the game from us because it would have been sad to see Triple H pass away. But gladly and luckily and fortunately, it did not happen, thank God. But this year, Triple H did announce his retirement, and it seems to have not, it seems to be forgotten about. I don't hear it talking about as much as Vince McMahon's retirement. People seem to forget that Triple H announced his retirement first. Triple H retired first this year. That kind of blew me away. But of course, Vince McMahon created WWE. He has been doing this since the early 80s, and it was his life. So that kind of was a shock. Now, I didn't have time to create a picture for Triple H, so I had to download this image you're seeing right now and put it on the show. But I am going to do a show dedicated to the King of Kings, dedicated to Triple H, to show my appreciation for a legendary career that Triple H had in WWE. So congratulations, Triple H, and thank you, Triple H, for an incredible career. Thank you, Triple H, for all the awesome matches, all the awesome moments, and also thank you, Triple H, for the creation of D-Generation X and Evolution, because those are some of my favorite tag teams. Some other shocking moments that happened this year. Logan Paul defeated The Miz at SummerSlam. Logan Paul proved this year that he is a great in-ring worker and a great wrestler. Now, he was a boxer, he did some boxing, but entering the world of wrestling is totally different than entering a boxing ring. But Logan Paul proved that he can hang in the WWE. Also, Logan Paul wrestling through an injury at Crown Jewel earned my respect, because wrestling is not easy. Wrestlers get injured on a daily basis, and it could be serious injuries. And what Logan Paul did was very commendable, in my opinion, and very respectable. And I greatly appreciate that for Logan Paul. Another shocking moment is Cody Rhodes working through a torn pec. That got a lot of respect from me as well, because I can imagine a torn pec is very painful. It must not tickle, to say the least. And to work a match through a torn pec is very, very painful, you would think. So I have a lot of respect for Cody Rhodes for doing that. That was a very shocking moment as well, seeing him take off his jacket in the ring inside Hell in the Cell, and then compete in a grueling Hell in the Cell match with Seth Rollins with a torn pec. Very commendable, and that is one of the better matches of the year, in my opinion. Now, I think other WWE fans are going to agree with me. The most shocking moment of WWE this year was this. It was the announcement that Vince McMahon was retiring. Vince McMahon is responsible for WWE. He's responsible for pro wrestling going mainstream. He's responsible for the biggest wrestling event of the year, WrestleMania. He's responsible for Monday Night Raw and Friday Night SmackDown and SummerSlam and Survivor Series and all the WWE events. He's responsible for John Cena, Stone Cold, The Rock, Undertaker, Shawn Michaels, and all the WWE legends, including Hulk Hogan. Vince McMahon gave them platform and gave them a job to perform. So it was incredibly shocking to see Vince McMahon retire. I thought Vince McMahon would be in the WWE until the day he died. I did not expect to see Vince McMahon retire, but sadly he did. He retired at the age of 77 this year. And when Vince McMahon retired, he gave the WWE to Nick Khan, Stephanie McMahon, and his son-in-law, Triple H. Surprisingly, Shane McMahon was not in the picture, but he should have been in the picture because he's a part of the McMahon family. But that, I digress. So thank you, Vince McMahon, for creating the WWE that we all love. We're going to miss you. Hopefully you'll make a couple of appearances, but enjoy your retirement. Enjoy the fruits of your labor. You created WrestleMania, which is like the Super Bowl of pro wrestling, and you did a hell of a great job making pro wrestling go mainstream. So thank you, Vince McMahon, for everything you have done. Now, for the speculation that Vince McMahon had sexual misconduct, it has been proven that those were just speculations and that the money he used was his own personal money and not WWE's money. So, in my eyes, Vince McMahon has done no wrong. So, those shocking moments of 2022. Now, let's talk about the returns of 2022. Who returned to the WWE in 2022? So obviously at the Royal Rumble this year, Ronda Rousey returned, and of course she won the Women's Royal Rumble match. At WrestleMania 38, the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes returned. Stone Cold Steve Austin also returned at WrestleMania. Then at SummerSlam, Bayley and Dakota Kai and Io Sky returned, and at SummerSlam, Damage Control was founded. Karrion Kross returned on SmackDown. Bray Wyatt returned at WWE Extreme Rules this year. Mia Yim returned on an episode of Monday Night Raw. Hill returned on an episode of SmackDown. Dexter Lumis returned on an episode of Raw. And Johnny Gargano returned on an episode of Monday Night Raw as well. So those are all of the returns for 2022 this year. All right. And my final topic for 2022, the best matches of 2022. I think the very best match this year was at Hell in a Cell between Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins. The Hell in a Cell match between Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins stole the show because Cody Rhodes worked with a torn pec, and that gets a lot of respect from me, folks. And I don't give respect out easily. To wrestle with a torn pec, that's old school, and I love old school wrestling. So the best match of the year was Cody Rhodes and Rollins in Hell in a Cell. But a close second would be Logan Paul and Roman Reigns for the WWE Undisputed Universal Championship at Crown Jewel. I also really enjoyed Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns in the Last Man Standing match at this year's SummerSlam. That was a really good match. And I also enjoyed Lita versus Becky Lynch at WWE Extreme Rules this year. So those are my best matches of 2022. So WWE fans, post your favorite moments of 2022, your favorite returns of 2022, and your best 2022 in the comments. My favorite moment is the return of Stone Cold Steve Austin, the return of Cody Rhodes, and Ronda Rousey winning the Royal Rumble. Those were my favorite moments of this year. All right, WWE fans, that's all I got for you tonight. I want to thank you so much for watching this episode of In the Ring with WWE Fan Alex Cardinale. If you enjoyed the show, please hit the like button and also share this show with your fellow wrestling fans. Let's get some more wrestling fans to check out my videos because you're going to love them. I've got some great episodes of In the Ring with WWE Fan Alex Cardinale coming up in 2023. And it all starts next week. Next month and next week, I'm going to do some Royal Rumble shows because Royal Rumble is starting. Royal Rumble starts the road to WrestleMania 39 in Hollywood. And Royal Rumble is the first premium event of 2023. Of course, this year I'll be doing a men's Royal Rumble entry prediction show, a women's Royal Rumble entry prediction show, and I'll do some other Royal Rumble shows as well. And don't miss the Royal Rumble pre-show on the day of the event. That will be the very first wrestling of 2023. I cannot wait for that. Kelly says, it's an awesome show. I absolutely love wrestling. Thank you, Kelly. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the show. All right, guys, be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Have a great rest of 2022. Don't miss Friday Night SmackDown, live tomorrow night on Fox, as John Cena wrestles his first match in 2022 as he teams with Kevin Owens to take on Roman Reigns and Sami Zayn. Tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific on Fox. Happy New Year and enjoy SmackDown. Good night, everybody.
2022 is quickly coming to an end. Can you believe it's almost the new year already? Saturday Live with legendary Alex Cardinale will conclude 2022 with a Best of 2022 special. This will serve as the final episode of 2022 and the final time the show will be hosted by legendary Alex Cardinale. Live on New Year's Eve Saturday, December 31st, 2022 at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific. Let legendary Alex Cardinale in 2022 in style. Chef Alex will show you how to make mulled wine a delicious adult drink. On the final day of 2022, legendary Alex Cardinale will announce the winners of the Best of 2022 for legendary Alex Cardinale YouTube channel, and he will also recap 2022. Aqua Alex will discuss the Gold Flake Pikes Cichlid. All that and more. Live New Year's Eve Saturday, December 31st, 2022 at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific on YouTube channel The Legendary Alex Cardinale.